What's up, guys? How ya been? Welcome back to a brand new video today where I will be reacting to my first ever anime video game trailer, and the game is Scarlet Scarlet Nexus. The trailer dropped a few months ago, and I just decided to react to it now. If you want to watch the official trailer, I will leave it in the description below. But please, before we start, like, share, subscribe, and further ado, let's get on with the video. Welcome. I filmed my intro on another camera, so before you see this, you are going to see that. So let's just jump right into the trailer, shall we?
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of New Gameplay. Today, I'm your host, Alex Van Aken. Today, joined by Jay Guisao. How you doing, Jay?
Hello. Happy to be here. Let's talk anime.
Let's talk anime indeed. And the king of anime is also joining us, Dan the Jacket Tack. What is going on, Dan?
You weren't supposed to give away my top secret title, all right?
Yeah, you're right. That's my bad. Didn't mean to.
I come from an era where we didn't talk about watching anime, okay? We just did it, all right?
In the
But
shadows.
Same.
hey, now we're going
enough.
full anime with this. And this is a game, Scarlet Nexus, that I was mildly interested in. I had a chance to play hands-on, and now I'm actually incredibly interested in it, and it's actually...
I am actually going to download the game today because I believe the download came out a few days ago, which I read on Twitter. If I'm not mistaken, I will let you guys know if the demo is out because I will be playing it. Anyway, let's get back.
my most anticipated game of the year.
Really?
Moving
Let's
forward.
go.
Yeah, this is a total surprise to me as well. And you'd be like, well, Dan, come on. It just looks like, there's going to be anime dialogue and, anime games. We're all aware of that, right?
Yeah.
I
got nothing against anime. I like anime, for the record.
Me too.
But, that you could, that kind of goes with its own set of, dialogue and story tropes that,
Right.
yeah, they're all pretty much present here. But the thing that really sold me on this game is what you're seeing right now, actually, a little bit of, is the combat. I don't know if you can tell from here, but picking up these things and flinging them, it's all incredibly fluid. So when you're fighting in a battle, you have all your standard action RPG kind of things, like you're swinging.
It reminds me of the main character of Final Fantasy Type 0. He basically could control he can control his his playing cards, which is dope. So I feel like that's the same thing here, but more better.
Your sword, right? You're swinging your weapon, you're getting in there, you're jumping, you're dodging, you're dancing around. But you get to combine the scenery into the battle, bikes or boxes or refrigerators or giant girders, whatever's around. You have to continually be conscious of everything around you to take that and combo that into your attacks with throwing it or smashing it on their heads using your psychic powers. Yeah, and they did a really cool thing with it too. I don't know who came around. You have to continually be conscious of everything around you to take that and combo that into your attacks with throwing it or smashing it on their heads using your psychic powers. Yeah, and they did a really cool thing with it too. I don't know who came up with this idea, but I want to shake their hand. They have it so that when you do a giant special object that has special effects much more powerful than just your standard car or sign, when you throw one of the giant objects at somebody, you'll mimic the movements of the psi of the psi attack with the controller. So if I pull a boulder up in the air and I split it in two halves, and then I want to like jam it down like in an arc on the enemy, I'll grab the thumbsticks and I'll have to do that action, like kind of like a a QTE.
Okay.
So it sort of trains your mind to be like, visually, this object is going to be attacking this enemy in this fashion. I'm going to have to move the controller in sync with that.
Very cool.
And
That seems really
like
cool.
That's all like entwined with your general like hopping around, dodging, doing all your cool anime sword slashes and stuff. And guess what? I'm not done talking about the combat yet.
Really?
Which is why this game, as you can tell, this is a game that really grooves with me. Being as combat centric as I am, mechanic centric, The next layer of the combat, you can see down there in the lower right corner right now, you'll have a sidekick or more than one, several different, people in your party. And by triggering their actions, they all different. They just.
I feel like if I play this game, I could just go heavy ham. Because in games like this, I just grind like there's no tomorrow. Basically, for example, let's say, no, not let's say, because this is true. In the new Final Fantasy game that just dropped, I played it. I played it every single day when I got it, and I grinded. Like, I hope this is the type of game. So I hope I'm not disappointed. So far, the combat is cool. The monsters are kind of boring. Let's see, but so far they look meh.
Did it right there.
Yeah.
So that has swords to all your fire to your attacks and stuff. So you combine that with the other stuff, and it all comes together to form this really, really compelling combat package. Based on my first hour and a half of play of the game, starting at the beginning.
Are there? I know we just saw that fire. I assume there's elemental weaknesses and such that you are kind of managing per enemy. Is that the
Sure.
case?
But we all know the meme of like, hey, yeah, I just played this great JRPG. I used ice on the fire enemy to beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not quite that simple here, and it's more than just adding fire to your weapons. I collected several sidekicks in the course of my adventuring that could do some other interesting effects, like give me an unlimited psionic bar, or
cool.
trigger all of the objects in the area. Like, so I'd try to position myself around like 30 barrels, and then it would trigger psionically all of those at once.
That's cool.
And I also got another one that sort of gives you like bullet time style thing. So it's not just adding elemental stuff to weapons, although that's part of things.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Once you get the hang of it, which takes a while, they kind of drip feed it to you over the first hour. Like, you've unlocked the new combat mechanic. You learn it, use it, go take on a boss with it, and that's sort of the first challenge in the first hour is to, complete the first boss using what you've learned through psionic powers. And again, I can't say enough good things about the combat based on my initial experience. Obviously, we'll have to wait for the full game.
Yeah.
And take it from there. But I was really, really sold on that. Whereas before, like I said, I was intrigued. I was like, okay, it's an anime action RPG. I'll play it probably, right? But but now I'm like, yeah, wow, okay.
That's kind of where I was at with it. Like, I'm like, man, this game looks gorgeous. But I'm with you, Dan. Like, mechanics are really important to me. Like, I want to be, engaged in the combat, and it's seeing all of this on display. Now, hearing you describe it and talk about it.
I mostly play JRPGs for the amazing soundtracks, the beautiful backgrounds, the graphics, the characters. Depending on the game, because some characters trash. And just for the story and for the love of anime. So we are 5 minutes in. I'm gonna play the demo first and then fully conclude if I will actually buy it. So, yeah, let's continue.
Is one thing, but seeing it in action, it really is kind of.
And
really
you're seeing it happen on screen right now. But I tell you, it feels good too. Combat
good.
feel is really important, right? So
Yep,
like
absolutely.
you feel like you're in control of all of your mistakes and all of your big successes when things come together very nicely. For like a giant attack, you get that like, oh yeah, big combo. You blow them up, and if you blow them up with like special stuff, then you get guaranteed item drops. See, there it is, right there.
Oh, there it was.
You can see
Yeah.
you get the prompt where it's like boom, and then you can here we go. Look at this. Let's go.
Very
Giant
nice.
goat thing.
Yeah, I love it when companions like actually like help. You know what I mean? Like that's it's nice to like see that like you can sort of chain combos with like your friends.
Yeah, and the friends, their special abilities have cooldowns and everything, but intertwining them into your routine is where it really starts to shine.
I'm nasty when it comes to combos.
And what's
yeah, the game looks
there's a lot
great.
going on in this world, Dan.
Oh,
like, what is
God.
the story?
Listen, I'll tell you this. When I'm done playing this game, I'll probably know about as much about the story of this game as I know now.
You gonna say that?
And that's okay. And that's okay. It's like super duper anime, right? And there's a Netflix anime coming.
Right.
Hopefully that'll tell the story. Again, only got to play through the first part, but it's very like, we're like psionic soldiers and we're being invaded by monsters from the great beyond. Who knows where they're coming from? Honestly, I don't know.
Well,
All
speaking
right?
of
So it sounds like your basic typical kind of like run-of-the-mill action anime that's not based on like a book or a game or something. I don't know. I'm assuming a lot of things right now at this moment.
monsters, we're about to see a big one right here.
Yeah, this is the first boss. This is where it's like, well, did you learn how to use like the environment? Because if you didn't, you won't win.
Look at that thing.
Yeah,
It almost looks like
right.
a Guardian from Zelda.
Yeah. They're
Pretty
called
cool monster
others.
design.
They invade the world. This is like it's not cyberpunk, it's brain punk, right? Because everything has to do with psionic powers.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very stylish. I don't know if it's, we'll see if it turns into any cognizant story of any kind. And again, it's okay if it doesn't. I'm okay with that. I've accepted that already. It's bonus if that comes together. See, look, oh man, perfect.
I'm
dodging.
digging the
Yeah.
slowdowns.
So that
adds
is
some
a
weight to
skill.
what's going on.
The perfect dodge is something that you unlock in your skill tree. You have like a talent tree that you can take in multiple directions. I didn't get to go too deep into it because I only got a couple skill points over the course of the thing. But perfect dodging is always an ability. I'm a simple man. If I see perfect dodge, I take perfect dodge. Here we go. Boom.
Oh, that's
Very cool.
That's
All right.
awesome.
And
Listen, I'm a
and that
simple
takes-
man. You show me cool effects like that, I am in.
Absolutely. I'm really impressed. Like even like how expansive it is. I wasn't expecting there to be like that whole metropolis hub that you ran through. That was like interesting. I don't know if you guys noticed that part, but
Yeah. So the
that
Metropolis.
was cool.
As far as I know, it's not like an open world Metropolis like I don't know,
Right.
like Yakuza or anything. Like for an example, but there is. We'll see. I don't know. I only get to play the first part, right?
Yeah.
But that did take us to another area, which I think we'll see in a little bit after the boss fight. The boss fight's obviously far more important. But inside the hangout later is kind of where you go between chapter segments, and you can work on relationships with your side characters.
Oh.
Something that feels very influenced by, like, Persona.
Yeah, Jay, that's gonna be right up your alley. I know.
It was literally that's all you needed to say.
That's all I did, and that's all I did was talk to everybody, walk everywhere, they try just to do everything, and still and stuck on the last boss. Ain't that some weak sauce?
Hey, wow. All right.
And working up your relationships with the characters that you like will give you more side abilities that they have to bring into combat with you.
Very cool. I love it. Love to hear it.
Yeah. You do, don't you? Like I said, this game was a really pleasant surprise. We see a lot of games, we do a lot of demos, and we have to keep track of everything coming out. And like I said, I had mild interest for this. due to its ARPG nature, and yes, its anime nature. All right, but after playing it, I was just like, it definitely blew my expectations away. Again, really on the combat part, the rest of the stuff kind of was as I expected.
Oh, what a way to take it.
It feels good and looks good in battle, and for me, that's enough. This is the hangout. This is where you go like between story segments, like between major bosses and areas.
Got you.
To hang out with
you
your
see
crew.
your team bond level at the top right as well.
Yes. And you'll be able to like go on excursions and other missions with these characters around town. You know, it's it seems to be becoming a thing that's, I don't know if Persona was the first one to do it, but it's definitely the one that popularized it. Now everyone wants to do it. So that system's in here. And it's implemented okay. It didn't blow me away or anything, but I was just happy to get back to the battle.
Bond
Very
episode.
cool.
Okay, so
Right.
I got
So
you.
you'll go out on a with them. It could be story centric. It could be you might go kill a boss together. Who knows? Like it can be a lot of different things.
That's awesome.
Wait.
And so this is it, sort of just playing out, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think it went through the actual steps of it. Basically, I think for this segment we went to a different area and did. I don't know if I actually did this bit.
No worry. Yeah, this is B-roll from PR to clarify.
Yeah. Everybody got to play. We couldn't capture our own footage. I don't think so.
I'm digging the style, and especially here in these, portraits or vignettes, whatever these are.
Yeah, it reminds me of Valkyria Chronicles a little bit. Like there's like similar vignettes and like portraits like that too. And that's also like a very anime game. So
I mean, yeah, I'm getting my cosplay ready. That's all I have to say. One thing I noted, I didn't get to play as both characters, but you get to pick which character you want to play as at the beginning of the game. You have two choices.
okay, and that's
So
locked in.
You play as Yuito or Kasane. I'm sure I spelled both those wrong. I'm sure I pronounced both those wrong. Oh, see, here you go. You can actually, this is a really good screen to see what you got. If you go back there, you can see what you got from bonding. And bonding with those allies, again, will greatly improve their capabilities in combat, as well as, being some lighthearted, cool story fare where you hang out with your friends.
Yeah, that's rad. Well, this is Scarlet Nexus. Of course, Bandai Namco is developing it. Dan, when's this come out? June, right?
June 25th, right before my birthday.
Oh,
Awesome.
very nice.
Pretty good birthday present then.
I'm inclined to say that right now, but let's wait and see. Listen. No verdict is in yet, my friend.
No worries. And this is coming out on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, last and new gen, I believe.
You got
Is that
it.
correct? Awesome.
That is correct.
Well, thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the Game Informer YouTube channel. And we'll see you next time for another episode of New Gameplay Today. Bye.
Okay, so that was the trailer of Scarlet Nexus. Now, I'm going to say my final thoughts and see where I land before actually playing the game. With my feel. That took me a minute. I'm sorry. So yeah, let's get back to the main camera. What's up? So, my final thoughts of the trailer that we just watched. For some reason, it reminded me heavily of God Eater. The game reminds me a little bit of that. It feels like you're just gonna do missions and just go back to base and bond with your friends, where you can get upgrades for yourself and your friends and things like that, yada yada yada. But like I said, that is all a perspective from what I just watched. I have not dived in the game myself, and the combat also reminds me of like a bit of like Final Fantasy 15, and a mix of like God Eater and a mix of like Type Zero, which is weird because those are all three different generations of games. So yeah, I'm actually gonna like play it after I'm done with this to see if I'm really gonna buy it and probably pre-order it. So let's see. So yeah, to wrap it up, I feel like it's a strong, highly I will buy it because it's honestly it's just like right on my alley. All the games I play is like straight up just like JRPGs. They can be turn-based, they can be free range action, you know. So yeah. I don't know how to close this video. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like I said in the beginning in the video, please like, share, subscribe, and also comment and tell me what you think about the game and the trailer, and do you agree to me or do you disagree? I would like to see some people in the comments where I can react. So let's see that. Thank you for watching and keep watching anime.